Continuing along the shores of Lake Rotorua and into the heart of town, well, we had a lot of fun in this city. One of the first sights that we saw is this beautiful gardens right in the center of town along the water's edge. We're going to be taking you to the thermal hot springs and to the Maori Cultural and Arts Center. We're heading to the Wakare Rawewa Thermal Reserve. That's a mouthful.
You are simply at a place known as Waka. That is our abbreviated name. But here in full, te whakarewarewa tanga o te ope taua awahia.
This is an excellent view of the area. Now we do have about 195 acres, 500 hot springs, geysers, boiling mud pools and so on for your viewing pleasure. We use the hot springs for washing, cooking and bathing. Place the food into a flax basket, lower it down to one of the boiling springs and leave it there for 20 minutes. Our own microwave. But being Friday, I'm having my favourite Burger King.
Japanese high school students love to tour New Zealand. They come and stay for a few weeks and learn all about the culture. We're here at the Pohutu Geyser in Rotorua, New Zealand. It's really one of nature's fantastic sights. It shoots steam up into the air about 60 feet high. The natural steam from volcanic activity beneath the surface is coming out through cracks and fissures in the ground, creating this really dramatic kind of a lighting effect. Also next to us are some interesting volcanic mud flats with the mud bubbles oozing and gurgling up out of the ground. Kind of like Yellowstone and Old Faithful, based on the same idea of the underground thermal activity from a pool of magma deep beneath the Earth's surface. Hopefully it's not going to erupt for many, many thousands of years. We walked through the traditional village. You see how they had some fairly large wooden structures with the elaborate Maori carvings. And they put on some cultural performances here. There's some music and dance shows. And they've got exhibits.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly I'll be sending you through into the workshop. And there you'll be able to see where the art of traditional Maori carving is being taught. So you are looking to a people of pre-European times that did not have a language that was written. Their carving became their visual language, like pictures in wood. But what carving does is that it commemorates of illustrious ancestors. Each tribe has their own identity, and that also comes within the stylizing of our carving. And there the difference will be in the outline of the body, the shape of the head, the style of the eyes, nose, hands, even to the fingertips.
It's great to see that Maori traditional wood carving has been retained here at the Maori Arts and Crafts Institute. You can find very accurate Maori wood carvings for sale in gift shops. Makes an excellent souvenir. Nearby is Rainbow Springs. They have a series of trout pools linked by nature trails.
This here is our panga. You'll see many of these panga ferns around the park here. They grow naturally in all the forests and things like that. Very beautiful. They're used for ornaments, candle holders, bowls and things like that. So you may see a lot of these products around New Zealand.
They have a dramatic display area of the kiwi bird, who is the national symbol of New Zealand. It's a nocturnal animal, so they have this darkened enclosure where you can go in and get a look. And if you don't see him there, you can see him in the gift shop. And another very popular show for the visitor is the sheep demonstration. See how these sheep are rounded up by the sheepdog. Never has to bark at them. All he does is just stare at them and get near them and steer them where he wants them to go. Sheep are so important to the economy of New Zealand that they've made a show out of it. And you get to watch, you can sit in the comfortable stands and Watch all these sheep come herding in. These are from a working farm, and they have various kinds of displays that they put on for you here at the sheep display. This is a real champion bull, and they are really a good breeding machine. And then of course there's the sheep shearing demonstration. It only takes a good cutter about 1 minute to shear the sheep, get all that wool off of it. Every year it's a major part of the industry after all. And then other parts of New Zealand also put on these kinds of shows, since sheep are found throughout the country. And there's also the Polynesian Spa. There's a lot of hot springs in the area, so they have these terrific baths. They have 30 different plunge pools here at the Polynesian Spa, which is the largest of the various spas, right along the shores of the lake. So it's really a splendid setting. It's very, very tranquil. It's just comfortable to sit and soak in the warm waters. They're mineral waters, and they're sure to cure what ails you. Just next door is the Lake Plaza Hotel, where we stayed on this visit. And in the evening they have an orientation about Maori culture. It's a free event in the lobby, and it's to promote their dinner show, which is really a nice package. And we're going to take you there now and show you a very interesting evening's entertainment. And now we're going to take you out to a Maori Feast. It's a hangi, which means music and dance and dinner. They've recreated a traditional Maori village, and you walk through the village at twilight, listen to the music, look at the beautiful structures they've constructed, the traditional Maori wooden structures and fires blazing. You're in a forest. It really seems like you've stepped back about 400 years. The Maoris have done an admirable job of retaining their culture. Many Maoris still speak the original Polynesian language, and they still follow a lot of traditional cultural practices. And this evening gives the visitor a chance to really learn something about the Maori history and to mingle with the performers after the show, and then have an excellent dinner. It was really a large and delicious buffet dinner, a great way to cap off your visit to Rotorua, which is most famous as being the heartland of Maori culture in New Zealand. And here we're enjoying some traditional foods as well. Next morning, out for a walk in the heart of modern downtown Rotorua, and what a surprise! It's a delightful place. There's a stretch of restaurants that goes for about 4 blocks in one direction and a couple of blocks in the other direction. And you've got a wide variety of international cuisine. You can have a big meal, or you can just sit back and have a coffee on the terrace, have a drink, watch the people go by. Downtown Rotorua has really blossomed the way so many cities around the world have in recent years. It's just a great phenomenon to see. Not only do we have the hot springs and the Maori culture and nice hotels, but there's this interesting little stretch of downtown Rotorua. This is a fine place to come and explore when you're in the area, so don't just think this is only for looking at the hot springs and going to a Maori show. You really want to be on your loose a little bit here, take a stroll, and you might even go and visit the museum. This was a bathhouse about 100 years ago. It was a spa, and it's been converted into this excellent history museum in this old Victorian structure back in the Botanical Gardens where we started our visit.